Hello, Miss B's friends with Miss B's Storytime. Today, I'm going to read a book by one of my favorite authors, Carle, The Tiny Seed. As you're looking at the cover of the book and the title, I want you to take a minute to think about why you think I chose this book. I chose this book because Lucas and I, and if you're following us, are on um, a plant journey. We've planted some seeds. We're watching them grow. We have a lily we're watching grow, and we have some wildflowers and some herbs and mints and stuff. So we're going to read. I'm going to go ahead and start Carle, The Tiny Seed. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? So think about those questions. Will that little tiny seed we see here be able to keep up with all the other seeds? Where do you think they're going? It looks like they're blowing off some trees. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up, up, up it goes. It flies too high in the sun's hot rays. Burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Oh, poor seed. Have you noticed with the illustrations, I really like how there's always usually a face in the sun or the moon or in one of the pictures. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on in the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. One seed drifts down into the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Why do you think the seed cannot grow in the desert if it's dry? What do seeds need to grow? What is one of the things we have to feed them? Water, that's right. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one of the seeds. The tiny seed is not eaten, so it is too small and the bird does not see it. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lives very still, and the mouse does not see it. There's the snow and the little mouse eating. Oh, now it is spring. After a few months of snow has melted, it is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full, they start to burst open a little. So, have you heard? The rain falls to water them, and the sun shines to help them grow. Things that we've talked about on our during our cycles. Now they need now they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. First, first they send roots down into the earth. Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up toward the sun and air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the little plants. It is a big, fat weed, and it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from the small new plants, and the little plants dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. Will it be too late? Hurry! But finally, it starts to grow into a plant. So you see these where the weed covers it up. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and springtime. One child doesn't see the plant as it runs along, and oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. He didn't mean to, though. He's just running and trying to play. He's excited. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, and the other plants have 3 leaves, and the other plants have 7. And look, a bud is now even a flower. But what's happening? First, there are footsteps. Then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. That's why one of the things we learn in Scouts is to leave the flowers like you found them, so they have a chance to grow. A boy picked the flower to give to his friend. That's very sweet, isn't it? I know my students pick flowers and give to me. My son Lucas does, and I'm sure you guys pick flowers for your parents and for your friends. It is summer. Now the tiny seed from the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all done. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come near and far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. Look at how big that flower is. And all the people around it and the doggy. All summer long, the birds and the bees and the butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. See if you can spot all the birds and the bees. I see some butterflies. What are they helping the flower do? Yes, they're helping pollinate the flower. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. So this does happen in fall. A lot of times the leaves on the trees change color. They go from bright green to yellows and reds and golds. It's one of my favorite times of the year to go riding around in a car and looking at all the changes. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost most of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind. Can you guys pretend to sway and bend? Once more the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower seed pod opens. out comes many tiny seeds that quickly sail away on the wind. You see the tiny seeds blowing off of it? So that was the end. So if you notice, it begins the cycle again. So it starts in the fall where the seeds are blowing in different locations. So these little seeds will get carried all around, and a new flower will begin in the spring. I hope you enjoyed the book, The Tiny Seed. And I look forward to reading to y'all again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.